If you are a long-standing Showbakes fan, you already know what's going on. We got another segment of True or False. So to start it off, we're gonna go with women should pay half on the rent.
Dum dum.
True or false? The heat is on. What's up?
In this economic climate where wages are stagnant, cost of living is going up, I believe that the traditional household of a singular income is dead. So, yes, women should have to pay half the rent.
It's been dead.
In that same breath, the housework also has to be split too.
Facts.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
That 1950 shit is dead.
Yeah. Like, unless you balling like that and you can afford to have your woman not work, go more power to you if you want to stick to, the traditional house ways.
Cause I'm for that. However you want to live is however you want to live. I think you hit it right on the head.
But on average, I look here. I need half of that. I need that half, or we ain't gonna make it.
I mean, exactly. I mean, it's all about making it and making a good living for yourself, right? And especially if you got a household with a man and a woman, obviously you're probably gonna have a family attached to that.
Yeah.
And if you want to succeed, I think yes. I'm gonna say true as well. I think if you want to succeed, you do need both of them, unless you got it like that, or in whatever your situation may be. I think unless you can really afford that and be okay with that, like you said, more power to you if you can do it. But it's difficult in this day and age.
I'm going to say true, because that's how we do it, in my house. I mean, it's, half and half. If you both have careers and if you both make the money, you shouldn't really force one or the other to, pay up the whole thing. It just doesn't make sense. Unless you get married, unless you have the ability to have just one person be employed. That is a different story. But if you're both younger and if you both have a job to where you make enough money to split the rent, then do it. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. I mean, like Ray said, job economics are kind of stagnant. Not poor, but they're stagnant wages at work right now. So yeah, I mean, if you have the time and if you have the money to do it, just do it. It doesn't make any sense not to do it. Like I said, unless you're married, then you can have the ability to just do one job. But
and it should always be talked about with your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This should be a well-communicated issue,
Well, and I think you hit it on the head, too, with the housework, because, then you got to split up those duties as well.
She can't just be sitting there cleaning up the whole house while paying half the rent. At
Yeah,
that point, you a bum.
Exactly, because if you each doing half of, the work on the rent, I mean, you should be doing half the work in the house.
For sure. She shouldn't be doing all the cooking, cleaning. That should be split in half. Very simple.
And I'm going to go true with you guys. I think women should pay half the rent. But I think for myself, it's for a different reason than what you guys are pointing out. I agree with everything Ray said in the sense of, the economical climate isn't the best for men to just be
the singular
on the hook. Be on the hook for the rent themselves. But I think it should be earned. I think that's like a luxury. For you to not be able to have to pay rent. I mean, that puts you in good financial position, and I'm kind of out here. I'm kind of out here kind of taking that for you. So, earn it. So let's put time in and show that you're worthy of me investing in the rent, and you're not having to come out of pocket for that.
And not to mention, I mean, and like I said, whatever your position is, but maybe if you do pay all the rent, maybe have her save. You know what I mean? Right. Like, especially if you guys both have incomes, because I think if you both have incomes, I mean, what is the point? You know what I mean?
It's a lot of splitting if you live together and you both have jobs.
Exactly. I mean, if you both have jobs, I mean, and that money, I mean, what are you gonna do with your money if you're working? Right.
Well, like Ray
where's
said,
that money going? You know what I'm saying? Right. If you're expecting just the man to pay the full,
but I think a lot of women look at it like, okay, it's my money, so if I'm not contributing towards the rent, he can't tell me what I'm doing with this other side.
That's toxic.
That's what I think. So I think so.
That's toxic. Because I mean, at the end of the day, then what do you want me to do? Say the same thing? What's mine is mine.
Exactly. Because then at that point they want the cake and want to eat it too.
Well, and that breeds, like, well, this is my house, this is my roof, like, exactly. You can see the door if you want to, type of atmosphere.
That's a big fact, and I feel like that old model is what kind of led to a more toxic environments, households. You know what I mean? As in, there was a lot more domestic violence back then, and a lot of that went unreported. Because it leads to that type of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Where they have this mindset of thinking, it's my house, my rules, my property. I can do what I see fit with it, even if that means abusing said property. You know what I'm saying? Because I not watched it, but heard stories firsthand from my grandmother, speaking of women who didn't work and they were stay-at-home mothers and had to deal with domestic, violence due to that type of mindset.
Let's not forget, them motherfuckers got tank tops named after them.
That is
White
very
beaters.
true. I can't even say, you can't even look those up no more, bro. They called A-shirts.
For real?
Yeah, they not called wife beaters no more. Those are called A-shirts. I just bought a pack the other day. They put that shit on there.
I don't think the culture has changed much in that aspect, though, because I still think there's lots and lots and lots of unreported domestic violence. I don't think that, back then that there was more of it. I definitely think it happened. I mean, there's no doubt about it that it happened, but I don't think it's happened less now. I think, if anything, it's happening more now because of the culture we've kind of shaped and changed in our own way. I think, the moral standard back then was a little different compared to it is now. I'm not saying it was better then, because there were a lot of things wrong with the moral standard back then. But I think a lot of the moral standards that were good then are gone now. So I definitely don't think that there's a smaller amount of unreported domestic violence. I can't see that.
I feel like it's more reported now. Back then, it was a lot more accepted. It was actually on TV screens. The Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason used to threaten his wife on a weekly basis.
I'll send you to the moon.
Bing, bang, boom, straight to the moon.
So I guess everybody believes that women should pay half on the rent, go half on their rent. Now we're going to move to UFC, and true or false. Kevin Lee will never win a title. True or false?
True.
Why, Levi? Why would he never win the title?
I say mainly true just for the last... Who did he fight before RDA? He moved back up to 170. Ally Quinta.
Was it?
Yep. Lost to Ally Quinta. In the same way, I think. Ally Quinta said that he didn't feel like this kid has no heart, is how he put it. But I think that he kind of gave up towards the end of that RDA fight. I think when he gets tired, I think he kind of gives up a little bit in his fights. And I mean, I think that's personally my reasoning why I don't think he'll ever win a title. I think that he'll probably at least contend for another title and be up there because I think he's good enough to be up at the top of the food chain at 55 and 70. And I mean, that's saying something because I mean, those two weight classes are absolutely ridiculous and always ridiculous. So, I mean, I think that he's an excellent fighter, but I don't think that he'll ever actually win a title.
I'm going to say false.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the contrary.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, Kevin Lee is 25, 26 years old.
Yeah.
Still relatively young in his fight game. He has
Very young.
He has plenty of time to further own his skills and, possibly work on that cardio because we've seen that's, been his Achilles heel for the past, few years.
You know what? I agree with you. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to say false. He will win a championship in Bellator.
You wild. you wild. This dude. Nah, I think he can pull it off. I think he can get that coveted UFC title. He may not, reign for long. He may not defend it, but I believe he can win it. So I'm going to go with false.
What do you think weight class? 55 or 70? You think he's
70.
got a better shot with 70? Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with
55
you.
ain't for him. He going to die trying to get it at 55.
Man.
All right, moving along. Donald Cerrone is the GOAT with the title win.
Cowboy. I think you can stake the claim that he's the GOAT without a title win, personally.
No.
What?
Nah. There's too many double champs out there. As many wins as he has and as impressive as they've been. No.
I guess what are we going off of? GOAT period or GOAT at like lightweight? Or at least
even
like
in the
lower?
Lightweight. There's other dudes who hold more weight.
Okay, who?
BJ Penn.
Because he's got more wins than all of them in the
He
UFC.
do. But he, you know what he is? We was just literally talking about this. That's Dan Marino.
I mean, I feel that.
The damn GOAT without a ring.
Yeah, it goes back to the championship debate. How many rings do you have at the end of the day? How many
'Cause
belts do you have at the end of the day?
I just need one belt. That's it. He get one belt.
No, I mean, I completely feel you on that debate of that he needs a belt, because I do think he needs a belt, but at the same time, I think that there's a strong argument
Oh no, the
without
argument
the
can be
belt,
made.
you know? And I mean, other than that, I mean, okay, you say BJ. I agree. I mean, he's probably the greatest lightweight of all time.
Possibly.
You can put Frankie in that mix.
Yeah.
But then after that, who else you got?
I mean, to be honest, you got just for the simple fact he actually won the belt, you can say Conor.
Nah, see, get the fuck out of here with that.
How come?
Because with Conor, I mean, like, what, he had one fight at lightweight? 2 now? He's 1-1? Okay. That's a 1-1 record.
Both was for the belt. This man
Yeah.
Cowboy is what, 0-1 for the belt?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not looking. You looking funny in the light at that point.
It's not good, but also he's got the most wins in UFC history.
Yeah, you can be the.
And
most
I'm pretty
winners.
sure the most finishes.
Yeah,
So
that's dope. That's great.
So
Where's
you're taking
that
a guy that you were saying a guy that has won one fight, one at this weight class, has more over a Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
It was. What did those fights mean? Those other fights at lightweight, what did they mean? What did they accomplish?
For Cowboy?
Yes.
I mean, not a belt, but everything
Exactly.
else. I mean,
What did you start off with?
not a
for the
belt. I mean, yeah, you're right. But
That's
at
what I'm
the
saying.
same
They're
time,
just fights
like,
at that point.
so you're saying 20 plus wins isn't shit compared to one title fight and one lost title
Because that's
fight.
what you're fighting for at the end of the day. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It ain't just the Ultimate Fighting League. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You want that belt. That is the ultimate goal.
I agree with you that that's the end goal, but at the same time, I mean,
And I'm not trying to just completely discount
no,
it. That's
I mean, I
amazing.
hear you. I mean,
It's just, it don't mean a thing without the ring.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. I just the body of work he has put up in the UFC is just absolutely insane.
It needs to be capped off with that belt.
Yeah.
That's all it needs. Because then, at that point, yeah, you can't tell me that was a lightweight better than him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's random dudes who might have beat him on random nights, but there was nobody actually better than him. Like, body of work does not stand to his.
Yeah.
Not-
I'm gonna say 110% true. With the title win, he cements his status as the GOAT at lightweight.
Yeah, I'll give it true. Belt says it all, though. So, yeah, true.
Yeah, true, Ray?
Very true.
Very true.
All right, and to transition into some NBA questions. Steph is top 5 point guard all time. True or false? I'm gonna have to go true. As critical as I've been of Steph, I mean, we've never seen somebody with that talent shooting the ball and to be able to handle the ball. Even though I don't think the Warriors have been through much adversity, every scenario they come up against, they go victorious. So I mean, I don't think his resume should be compared to a LeBron or Jordan or Kobe like that, but I
We're
definitely
talking
think,
specifically point guard, though, right?
yeah,
Okay.
specifically
Okay, yeah.
point guard. I think he's definitely top 5.
Yeah, I'll go with true. I don't point guard, yeah, probably, but top 5 shooters of all time, absolutely. Point guard, probably 5.
He's top 1 shooter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
easily the
top
best
1.
shooter of all time.
Really, though? You feeling a little iffy about him being, top 5 point guard?
It's there.
I mean,
who else do you
It's
got in
there.
the top 5?
that's what I'm
putting
saying.
ahead
Who
of
are
him?
you putting ahead of him?
Who-
Who's the
what
other
5
5?
could you put ahead of him?
Yeah.
I don't know how to put them in order.
Don't put him
I
in
mean,
order.
yeah, they don't
Okay.
have to be in
Just
order.
what 5
Just,
would you
yeah,
put
just,
ahead
yeah.
of him?
Who's
One
the
of
5?
one of the better point guards of all time is easily John Stockton. I mean,
Hell,
he made the playoffs
look,
every single year
That's cool,
of
but
his
Steph
career.
Curry better-
Every single year.
Steph Curry shits on him.
Yeah, what did we just say?
So what?
It don't mean anything without that ring, right?
I think
Where the
Steph shits
hardware?
on
That's
him.
not what you said. You still said true.
I mean,
No, but the question was with the title
Well, with the
win.
belt, you're right.
title
Yeah.
win, that is.
You're right.
So
You're right.
I don't know, though, but I don't know. Does he elevate his team to the level like John Stockton did?
They won championships, so I believe he elevates his team good enough. And I mean, look to what we're seeing without KD. He's elevating this team. I mean, he just knocked out Lillard and CJ McCollum in spectacular fashion.
Yeah. And to add to it, Steve Nash. Steve Nash is another one.
He's shitting on Steve Nash.
Ooh.
He's shitting on Steve Nash.
Derek Fisher.
What?
wow.
I just throw that name.
okay.
I don't really think Derek Fisher.
Okay.
But hey,
what is
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash is what is Steve Nash doing that Steph can't? He's a better passer.
Then
That's it.
Steve Nash?
I mean,
No,
at,
Steve
okay.
Nash is
I was
better.
gonna
at
say,
the passing position though.
It is.
It is, but Steve Nash couldn't imagine scoring as good as Steph.
Facts.
Steve Nash is still an MVP.
But I mean,
And
So
Steph
is
is
Steph?
unanimous.
Well, I'm not saying.
Two-time, right?
I'm just saying.
Is he two-time MVP?
I'm pretty sure.
technically,
He went back to back.
but technically, position-wise, I mean, Steve Nash is.
No, Steve Nash is great. Steve Nash is not Steph. He could never beat
Yeah.
Steph.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd
Yeah.
is great, not Steph.
Who you gonna
Well,
say?
you
Gary
said
Payton?
you said name 4,
What?
not
That are-
Derek Fisher.
I'm
Derek
just-
Fisher didn't up there.
I mean,
Just kidding.
obviously, but
A
yeah, better.
healthy Derrick Rose in his prime.
Not Steph, man. He didn't have have run. He could have been.
He could have
He
been.
was about
Yeah.
to be. He was about to be. Not Steph.
Who? Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah's a good one to throw in
Healthy.
there though.
I say, yeah.
Like that's the one you could make an argument
You can
for.
make an argument. I mean, you obviously got Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Magic, yeah. Cause what? Five rings.
5 rings.
Five rings, and he was the focal point of that offense.
I think Curry can get to 5 rings though.
No, I think after this year it's a wrap.
Think so?
After
Think they're done?
this year he's not winning no more.
Why?
I think the NBA is catching up to their team.
It has gotten closer and closer year by year.
And then
And
without,
then without KD,
yeah.
KD, I think everybody believes KD's gonna leave. I
He might. He might.
don't see them winning without after KD leaves. I just don't see it. I think LeBron's about to gear up for his final hoorah. I think there's just a whole bunch of young superstars that's gearing up. in
Yeah,
the
but
league.
most of them are in the East, though. Like, if we're talking about the superstars that are going to transcend the sport for the next 10, 12 years, I mean, most of them are in the East.
Yeah, but we're talking about winning titles. I just
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna win another title after this year.
I'll say true. He's top 5 point guard.
Yeah,
Because
So-
I can't think off the top of my head anyone
Yeah.
really.
It's really hard. ain't it?
I'm digging into like Jerry Buss and Bob Cousy thinking
exactly.
I'm-
You going way back.
right.
Too
You
far
gotta
back.
you gotta dig.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean, I feel you.
top 2.
all right.
He
So
might not
everybody's
be 2.
true.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Unanimous.
And if Toronto gets to the finals, they beat Golden State.
False.
An astounding hell no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say false.
I mean, Kawhi can put on a show. I think it'll be a good series.
Yeah, it'll be competitive.
And I mean, it looks like Toronto might actually pull this off here.
Yeah, we are
But-
watching the Toronto Milwaukee Game 6 live right now as we're recording this. So still kind of in the midst. 87-79 with 6.5 minutes left is where we're at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna say false for sure.
Yeah, I'm going false too. Golden State is a well-oiled machine.
Without KD,
That
though,
could win
that
without
is
KD.
that is one thing though that we're looking at because more than likely KD's not gonna play.
I think KD coming back makes them more vulnerable.
I think it goes 7 games if KD comes back.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tougher series. I just think KD slows
You think
down.
they got a better chance with KD in the lineup? Toronto has
Yeah.
got a better chance.
Yeah, I think they
okay.
match up. I think
Yeah.
they match up better. That ball movement is not the same when KD's in the lineup. It's more ISO ball. So then, if you're gonna make KD play ISO ball, you stick Kawhi on that man,
Yeah.
and he's gonna make his life a living hell. So, but yeah, false. I don't see Toronto beating Golden State. I think Curry gets to what 4? Is that 4 or 3?
I think that's
This is 4.
3.
Because what?
2015, 16, 18, and then 19.
That's 4,
4.
and it'll be 3 for KD.
Jeez.
What do you guys think about KD if they win and he's not in the lineup? If they win, he's not playing.
That significantly
That's
hurts
a
him.
bow out, and he'll go somewhere else. I
No,
mean,
but do you think it lessens his legacy?
For sure.
Really.
To me?
I think so.
I don't
Yeah.
think it does, considering the team he joined. If it was a different team that needed him and they won,
Yeah.
I think it's a different story. But the Warriors didn't need him.
But that's the thing.
Exactly. They didn't need
Those
him.
rings he won with the Warriors supposed to elevate his legacy. That's supposed to make him the guy. If they can win without you, that goes along with what we've been saying the whole time.
I agree and
You
disagree.
joined a 73-9 team and they didn't fucking need you.
Yeah. I mean, it's 50-50.
I think it's both sides. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you could say that, but you can also, on the other hand, say, you know, that they didn't need him to win the championship, so therefore it doesn't hurt his legacy. But at the same time, I get what you're saying, as in, you know, you wanted to be shown that they did need him to win those championships.
To me, he's not the guy we think he is. If they win without him,
I don't know.
I think if he goes somewhere else,
is Jordan really that dude? If Pippen can win without him, if Pippen and the Bulls can win without him, is LeBron really that dude? If D Wade could win without him, that team could win without him. I'm a D Wade stan. They're not winning without LeBron. I'm a D Wade stan. They couldn't win without LeBron.
Well, I mean, if they spent that money on bench talent, they probably could have done something with it.
I mean, they still had Ray Allen, Shane
Yeah.
Battier, and
No, you right.
it's-
God damn, that was an annoying dude to watch play.
Battier? Yeah. If
His
he's not on- if he's not on
defense
this
was
side-
outstanding.
Yeah.
I was pulling for the Thunder in that series. Yeah.
I think it hurts his career if he goes somewhere else in the West. I think if he tries to go to a team that competed with Golden State, I think that would hurt his career even more. But I think if he goes to the East and does well enough and gets a team just to the conference finals, and if he gets them to the finals, and if he even wins the finals in the East, I think it puts him back in the conversation.
He better go win somewhere.
Well, it depends on where he goes. But if he goes to the West, I think his reputation is kind of ruined because he's just trying to do the same thing he did, the
I don't think
first
so
time
because
around.
there's not a team you can join that's Golden State.
He could try with the Rockets.
He's not going to the Rockets.
I'm
They don't
saying,
have-
I'm
They don't
hypothetically.
have no money. But
No.
one place I can see him going is the Clippers. They have a set team already. If he can beat Golden State with that Clippers team, I think he's that guy. He's that guy we think he is.
Well, yeah, and that would add to his legacy because the Clippers historically are absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that would add to his legacy for sure. So for that, yeah, but I don't know, it's tricky.
All right, so everybody has false.
Yes, sir.
All right.